Welcome back, boys. Had a pretty good day the other day, so I just wanted to share that and explain how I found the stock, how many trades I took, everything. This is the stock that I traded on the left over here. Let's begin. Right, guys, we're on the chart now. So this was the stock that I traded. You can see initially it started pumping up super fast. I missed the entire move up till about here, but after that we got some pretty good trades in. So that was my first trade. I added to my position roughly at this price level, like 127. Took profit at this price level, it was amazing. Then I waited a couple minutes and then we had another entry which was almost identical to the one before. Got in again, squeezed up, sold, and that was it. So that was the trade that I took, made 52 grand. We're gonna explain everything, how I found the stock. Let's go. So let's answer that question, right? How did I find the stock? There's like 10,000 stocks in the stock market. How did I know which one to trade? It's very simple. I've said this in so many of my videos, but this is the thing that I continue to use till this day. It's called the gap scanner. This stuff you can see to the right, this little picture, is exactly what a gap scanner looks like. It scans the market, right, for gappers. So it takes the 10,000 stocks. It said, okay, how many of these are gapping? Okay, it's only a couple. Okay, let me just show them to you. So it ignores the 9,000 other stocks and it just shows me the couple. And so that's what I did. I hopped on the gap scanner and I found the stock. It was gapping up. Now, one thing that I do specifically, and this is some sauce right here, is I specifically look for stocks that are gapping up at least 20%. That's the magic number that I found over years of doing this strategy, is that the stocks that are gapping above 20% tend to do the best. If a stock's gapping up 3.2%, nobody cares. You don't care, I don't care, therefore it's not going to make a move. If a stock like this is gapping 346%, well then everyone has their eyes on it. And if everyone has their eyes on it, they're going to trade it. And it's going to be very volatile. It might make a big move. So we have to look for the stocks that are gapping up at least 20%. And an added benefit of this is that when you narrow things down even more, you only have a handful of stocks to focus on. If I looked at every single stock that was gapping up, there could be 1,000 stocks gapping up. But now that I'm only looking at the stocks gapping up at least 20%, you can see there's like a handful, that's it. So that's how I found the stock. Now, another thing which was really good about the stock was it had a very good catalyst. This is a common theme in these runners. I like to call them home runs because they're very rare, but once they do happen, they make you a lot of money. So a common thing that all these home runs have is they all have a very good catalyst. Now, what is a catalyst? Well, a catalyst is the reason that the stock is going up. So let's say you have pre-market from here all the way till over here. And right after this point, we have the normal market hours, 9:30 when the bell rings. Pre-market, the stock's kind of going sideways, doing nothing. All of a sudden, it starts spiking up. Why does it spike up? Because of a catalyst. Because there's some news, right? Some news came out. There was an announcement. Something happened. The stock starts rallying up instantly. Maybe you have a pullback, keeps going up, keeps going. All of these home runs, most of them at least, they have very good catalysts. And so this was another commonality that this stock had. And so when you combine all those two things together, you have a good catalyst, you have a gap scanner, you have a gapping above 20%. You've combined everything together. You've put yourself in a very good position to make a lot of money. So we're back on the chart and you can see the day before the stock made a big move, you can see out of nowhere, it started going up. It went up 70% in 2 minutes, right? 4:15 after the market closes, 15 minutes later it starts going up. Why does it go up? Catalyst. And you can see the momentum continues till the day after. Now, if you guys want to learn the strategy that I just talked about super quick, then you can work with me one-on-one. These are some students' results on the right. When you work with me, you get weekly one-on-one progress calls. And also every single trade that you take gets reviewed in depth by me. And you also get my personal phone number so you can ask questions anytime. So to join the mentorship, click the first link in the description to book a call right now. If that link still works, it means I'm still accepting applicants. If it doesn't work, you're a bit too late. So if you are interested, go click that link, book a call. I'll see you there. So the next thing we have to talk about is the setup that I took. Because you saw that when I traded, I didn't just randomly trade the stock. You saw that I missed almost the entire move, but eventually I got in. Now, what is the setup I like to trade? I've talked about this pattern in so many of my videos because that's how much I love it. I don't talk about any other pattern. This is the OG, the GOAT, this is the best pattern. And it's called the bull flag. This is what it looks like on the right in a perfect world. And this is what it looks like on the actual chart. So you can see what we're looking for is we're looking for an initial run up. We're looking for a little bit of a pullback. So the price goes down, but a little bit, right? It doesn't dump all the way down. It goes down a little bit. And then we want to see that the price is slowly starting to make its way back up. When we can see it's making its way back up, that's when we want to enter. Right over there. And then hopefully it squeezes up and up and up and up, and we make a lot of money. We're all happy. Now, where do we enter specifically on the chart? I would enter on this candle over here. You can see that we have the initial run up. It starts going down. And then this candle over here, it breaks the high of the previous candle. So it breaks this level over here. As soon as it breaks it, that's when I'm entering. Then it squeezes up and we're all happy. But you have to make sure that this happens in a trend. Never make the mistake of entering a bull flag when the market is going sideways, because it's not going to work. If the market is going like this and you see a bull flag pattern like this, don't enter it because it's going to fail. Because you need a trend for this to work. And so in my last video when I was saying how I survived choppy markets, this was the way. I'm not going to trade the stock unless it's trending. If it's not trending, I'm just going to not trade it. That's what I do. And eventually you get days like this where you make 52K in a day because you were patient. You were patient, you were waiting for the right setup, and eventually when it came, everything was perfect. That's when you entered, you made a lot of money. That's the setup that I use. Now, let's talk about the market outlook, because it was pretty slow for almost the entirety of this month. And really in the past couple of days, it's really started to heat up. Now, this is what the S&P 500 looks like. This was last year with Trump and his tariffs and all that other crazy stuff. It's made its way out of that, but you can see it's kind of like, it feels like it's going to reverse, doesn't it? It doesn't look like it's going up and up and up. It kind of looks like it's kind of done with this. It's kind of going sideways, maybe going down a little bit. So when you have stuff like this happening, in general, small caps, which is what we trade, they also end up being a bit slower than usual. So, I mean, it would be stupid to try and predict what happens to the market like this. That's like the dumbest thing to do. But I do think that the momentum in small caps should continue. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to book a call, it's the first link in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video for more videos, guys. Thank you for watching. Apply the strategy that I just taught you. It's super simple. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.